Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I wanted to share with you guys my favorite non-toxic fragrances and perfumes. It took me a very long time in my green beauty journey to find products that I liked just as much. On my last channel, my old channel, when I back in the day when I was Amore Allure 22, if you guys remember that, you're a real one. I loved luxury perfumes, so Chanel, Hermes. I had a pretty big collection. That sort of changed when I started learning about the chemicals that were in fragrance. I kind of felt like something that was going to be a part of me and be a signature shouldn't be causing me harm or having toxic chemicals that will hurt me later on in my life. And also, I didn't want to support companies that were testing on animals. I took some time to find some fragrances that I really loved. If you want to know what my favorite perfumes are, just keep watching. So my favorite perfume right now has got to be this perfume from Sylvaine Delacorte, and it is the Valkyrie perfume. This is described on the site as a fresh vanilla. I'm going to start here. I used to be not a big fan of the vanilla scent, but what I've come to find out is that I wasn't a fan of the synthetic vanilla scent. But when I found this fragrance, I fell in love. It reminds me of another high-end perfume that I used to wear. It has the same deep depth, long-lasting smell throughout the day. If you're out and someone smells you, they're like, what are you wearing? That smells so good. This is one of those perfumes for me. I'm gonna give you a little background on the brand. This brand actually is based in Paris. Their fragrances are made there, curated there, and they actually, the vanilla scent that is in this fragrance is actually derived from Madagascar vanilla, which takes over 18 months of work to harvest. So this Madagascar vanilla, because it does take time to curate the scent and the smell, it really does have that depth in a fragrance, and it's just like a really beautiful scent. It's one of those scents that's light enough that if you love it in the fall, it can also carry you out through the spring. So I will be wearing this fragrance. It's so amazing. They actually have a discovery box that you can have, that they can send to you, that's a lot cheaper than the fragrance. It's about $15, and you can have it shipped to you and actually, you know, smell all of the fragrances and then pick your signature one, just because fragrance is really unique. I love this, but you might not. So I just suggest getting their discovery box, because also the fragrances will last you quite a while, and the smells are so amazing. It was so hard for me to just pick just one. These are my go-tos for just that summer, clean, fresh scent, when you really just want to smell like you, like, just clean and just amazing. Like, they're not too much, they're still very light. If you're around someone who's very sensitive to fragrance, they're not going to be like, I need you to get away from me. These two scents are my go-to if I want to smell very fresh and clean and just like rejuvenated and energized. These are from the brand Skylar, and they are natural, cruelty-free, and hypoallergenic. So they are non-irritating. This is more of a fragrance I would wear on the everyday, because I do have sensitive skin around my neck. I suffer with eczema, and recently I've started to see some psoriasis here and there. So yeah, I just have really sensitive skin when it comes to fragrance. These are my clean go-to every day. Obviously you guys can see I'm like way through Meadow. Meadow is my favorite. Meadow smells so good. Meadow is a vibe, guys. So Meadow is more of like a lightweight, clean, floral scent, and whenever I wear this, I always just feel so feminine. I always just feel so feminine and girly and clean, and it just makes me want to throw on a spring dress, and it just makes me ready for spring. I think I started wearing this, it's gonna be probably my signature spring fragrance, like when it gets hotter, because this is definitely one of those fragrances that you want to wear when it's hot out, especially in a city like LA, because it gives you that cool, fresh feel. Whereas a darker, more deeper fragrance is really good for the fall. So this fragrance still lasts throughout the day, and it has this like clean floral feminine scent, but it's not too girly and it doesn't smell like something from Limited Too. And this is Arrow. Now Arrow I have been recently getting into, but I love it. So Arrow is a little bit more like date night, girly, super feminine, jasmine, patchouli, and vanilla. So I'm starting to see a theme with myself with just loving more of a floral fragrance that's a lot more on the light side, but still has that vanilla element and floral. I think that combo is definitely my thing. So Arrow is has a little bit more depth than the Meadow, I would say. The Meadow is a lot more light, and Arrow has that deep, spicy, almost masculine feel. So I like to mix these up because they both give me a little bit of what I like. So I get my fresh, girly, morning, 5 a.m. feel here, and then I get my 6 p.m. cocktail feel here. So happy hour, morning journaling. Happy hour, acai bowl. Then my next favorite fragrance is from Pour Le Monde, and it's the Envision All Natural Perfume. Now this has been the fragrance I've been using for the longest time. I love the packaging. It has lavender in it, which is personally one of my favorite smells. And this has rose and geranium. So it's just a really beautiful, sort of also very aromatherapy-like fragrance for me. I feel like this fragrance I also wear to bed when I just get ready for bedtime. And I just spray a little bit on. I spray it wherever I go. This I've been using for months and months. I'm almost out. Natural fragrance for me last, like when I wear this fragrance, it really lasts throughout the day. Like even when I come home, I can still smell it lingering because the oils are so rich and they last on the body. This is my favorite lavender scent. Now I haven't been using this in the fall, but now that it's spring, I'm definitely gonna start using this again. I just didn't want to waste it because it's so amazing. So my last two fragrances are gonna be my fun fragrances, I'm gonna call them. These are the fragrances that aren't so serious. They're not 100% natural. So, well, this brand is fairly clean. This is from Voluspa. So Voluspa is a candle company, but they also make fragrance. And I got to go to this anthropology event and created my own fragrance. And I'm obsessed with the way it came out. I love it so much. I would actually love to have my own fragrance someday because the process of creating this was just so fun. And even though you can't buy it in stores, I can't even really explain it. It's very beachy, like there's coconut in here, there's rose in here. I've never had a coconut rose scented perfume, so that's what this smells like if you wanted to know. I use it sparingly, but I really want to get into fragrance making more and maybe make my own perfumes and maybe even talking about it on my channel. Maybe I'll even come out with my own one day. I have another fragrance. This fragrance is 100% cruelty free. This is my fun item of the night, the day, night, whenever you're watching. So this is my fun fragrance that I just have because I love, and it meets my standard of being cruelty free. Therefore, it's allowed to be in my collection and it makes me happy. It's super girly and it's from Ariana Grande and it's the Moonlight perfume. I was gifted this perfume at an event and it sat on my shelf forever, and then I finally used it and I fell in love. It smells like candy, but like elevated candy, like bougie candy. I love it so much, and it is cruelty free. As you know, Ariana Grande is vegan. She's an animal activist, so all the products in her line are cruelty free, which I think is pretty dope. So I love this perfume. It's also my favorite color, so it's definitely a vibe sitting on my nice little makeup cube thing. It's cute and it makes me happy. In the comments below, I want you guys to let me know what your favorite fragrances are and what fragrances you've been wearing lately and what you're excited to wear for the spring. So yeah, that is the end of this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys so much. Bye guys.